Hi, in this session, we will try to understand some programming basics of Python. In our last session, we have understood how to download and install Python software, and also we have understood how to verify the installation of Python software. Now, as I have told you in this session, we will try to understand in which are all windows we have to open and start doing Python programming. Okay, so Python programming can be done in two modes. What are those two modes? Let me highlight them. First one is interactive mode. Second one is batch mode. So what do you mean by interactive mode? Interactive mode means writing code in Python shell or idle, line by line. Here code executes line by line by interpreter. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, in which are all places we can do interactive coding? Interactive coding can be done in two places. One is Python interpreter, the other is Python idle. So let me show you these two things. Let me open Python interpreter. In the search type of Python, if you remember in our last session, I have highlighted Python interpreter is something which is looking in black color. So click on that. So one more important point for you to understand, Python interpreter and Python idle, these two things where you can do interactive coding. So interactive mode means you give instructions where you can see three angular braces. So there are three angular braces you can find here. So let me type something, print hello world. Yeah, the moment when I hit on enter, automatically it is giving response. A equals to 10. When I gave A, it is giving answer 10. When I write type of A, immediately it is giving what type of variable A is. It is class int. When I give ID of A, it is immediately giving address of variable A, where is it located in our system. So the understanding here is you are typing one line immediately after hitting on enter. Your Python interpreter is executing that line and giving the output. So this is like, four times your Python interpreter has interacted with you. So you talk and you talk, I talk. That is nothing but called interaction. Like the way your code and your Python interpreter is connect each other, talking each other. So that is how interactive mode coding is being done. So this is what the interpreter. So we have done writing code in interpreter, and let me show idle. Let me straight away type idle in the search. Straight away my idle Python shell gets open. I have already conveyed in our previous session, when you open idle, it is the meaning that you are opening a Python shell. So let's write here some statements. Print welcome to Python. So the moment when you hit on enter, again it is giving answer 12.67 x equals to. So when you type x, automatically it will display answer. When you uh, type id of x, it gives like what class variable x is, and id of x. When you type id of x, it is giving the address of variable x. But what you have to understand here is this is also nothing but called interactive coding. So you are writing one line, immediately clicking on enter, you could able to see the result. So that is how it is. If you see, left side screen is Python interpreter and right side screen is like Python shell. So in Python interpreter and Python idle, these are the two places where we can able to do interactive coding. And one remembrance for you is three angular braces where you can find in Python. The code what you give here is nothing but called interactive coding. Okay, but our actual programming we don't do in interactive mode, we do in batch mode. So let me show how batch mode coding is being done. So let me close here Python interpreter, but ideal I am not closing, let it be like that. So let me try to make you understand what is batch mode of coding. So batch mode of coding is nothing but writing code in a file and saving it with .py extension. Okay, so let me do this. So where all you can do batch coding is batch coding can be done in Python idle and editors, even IDEs also. So I would like to show how we will be doing batch coding in Python idle, and also let me show how we do batch coding in editors, of course, as well as IDEs. Okay, so let me click on, okay, anyways, my Python idle is open. So this is what my Python shell. So here, how do we do batch coding is, if you see left to top, you can find file. Click on file, go to new file. You can see new file, and the file, it has opened a window for us with untitled. You have to save it, Control S. What you can do is you can go to a new folder. Let me create a new folder in C drive for our easy understanding. Let me create new folders. Okay, I am into PC. Let me again. Okay, so I'm into C drive. In C drive, let me create a new folder, Python lab. Python underscore lab is what my folder. Double click on that Python underscore lab. Let me write FIRST first, and I am not giving .py. If you want, you can give. If you don't give also, that's fine. Why? Because the type of the file is Python file. When I say it is Python file, automatically .py extension is being added for your name of the program first. So I'm not giving, you see, I am clicking on save button, but automatically .py got added to our file first .py. So first .py is a Python file now which has got stored in C drive Python underscore lab folder. Okay, let me build this file. First Python program. This is our first Python program, and let me build code. A equals to 100, B equals to 50, print A plus B, print A minus B, print A star B, and print A slash B. So this is what called a proper program. Actually, here is what we have given our program. uh, So here is what we have given our program with the 6 lines of logic, and the very first line what you can see here is called comment in Python. And let me save it, Control S, or else file, save, click on save. So my file got saved. Now how do you execute your Python program is, you have to go to run. You can see on top menu bar the fourth option is run. Click on run. Automatically you can see run module. So clicking on run module, your program gets executed, right? The output of your program you can see in the behind screen. So that is Python shell. So this is how the way you do your actual Python programming, where you create a file with a .py extension, and you will write certain Python instructions, and you will run this file, save and run this file. That is how your Python coding we usually do. Okay, what we have seen now is we have seen now is writing code in Python IDE. Okay, so this we have seen. And how about editors and IDEs? So let me show code writing in Notepad. Okay, Notepad is one of the the common editor where everybody can able to build programs in Notepad. Let me open it. Control S. So Python running notes. Okay, so let me open a notepad file. Yes, I have opened a notepad file, and let me save this program. Control S. So let me take this program to the directory where I have created Python underscore lab. Yeah, I have created Python underscore lab, and here is what we have to provide the logic. Sorry, name of our Python file. Second is what the name I am giving, and here for sure you have to give .py extension, because we are trying to build code in Notepad. So Notepad is not Python supportive. The moment when you uh, provide .py extension, then only the txt file will be moved into Python file. After providing .py, you have to save as a type all files. Okay, then click on save. Now this second hyphen notepad, which you can see, this is not anymore text file, this is our Python file. Okay, so let me give comment. Second Python program, writing in editor. So this is the command, this is the comment which we are writing for our second program. X equals to 500, y equals to 200. Let me write print of x plus y, print of x minus y, print of x star y, and print of x by x divided by y. So this is again another simple Python program. Here I am not focusing on the logic of the program, just that I am trying to build some 5-6 liner Python program. Control S, your file got saved. Now how to execute our Python program which you have written in editor Notepad? You cannot see run anywhere here, as this is not the kind of file which you have got like the idle. Right, in idle you can see, in idle if you see, you can find run option, but in Notepad of course you cannot able to see run option. Okay, because this idle is provided by Python software, but Notepad is not provided by Python software. Notepad is something which comes in with your operating system, Windows operating system. Then how to execute a Python program which is written in Notepad cell? So for that you have to go to command prompt. Let me go to command prompt, cmd. Let me type in the search. Okay, so I have come to command prompt. Go to the directory where your the second .py program is saved. So come out from the internal directories. Cd dot dot is the command you have to give. I have given cd dot dot command for once. From Lenovo I moved to users folder, and after giving second time cd dot dot I moved to C drive. Now to move to respective Python underscore lab folder, you just see in the C drive whether your Python underscore lab folder is there or not. For that you have to type dir directory. You can see all the directories which are available in C drive. Yes, we have Python underscore lab. So let me clear the screen. CLS is the command to clear the screen. and let me type cd space python. Let me write cd space python underscore lab. Let me hit on enter. Yes, now we have moved to python underscore lab. Let me type dir. You can see our second.py file is available in the python underscore lab file, as we have stored in this directory. Now, to execute your python program, which you have written in the command prompt, which you have written in the notepad, you have to give command python space second.py. Okay, just type sc and click on tab. Automatically it will take that respective file name second.py. Click on that. Immediately you can see the result of the program. Sir, this is the program which we have written in notepad and saved in directory python underscore lab. And the program which we have written in notepad, I have shown how to execute from the command prompt, right? Can't I execute the second.py in idle is the question. Yes, we can also do that, but how? What you have to do is you have to open your idle, right? So let me close the existing idle windows. Okay, let me close the python shell idle and all. Now let me type idle in the search and click on enter. The moment when you open idle, you will be landing into the python shell. So file, you can see file here. What you can do is you can click on open. When you click on open, so here is what you have to go and select the file which you have just now created in notepad. So second is the file which I have created in notepad, but I am trying to open it in idle. Yes, so this is what second program which I have written a while back, and now I have opened in idle screen. So when you have opened your Python file in idle screen, automatically you can see run option. Click on run, click on run and run module. Uh, you could see the output in Python shell. So the program which you have done in idle, that you can access in notepad, and the program which you have done in notepad that you can access in idle, both will work. Okay, so that is how you can able to do your python programming in editors also. Now let me show you accessing first program in notepad. File, open in python lab. If you see all files, you can see first. So first is the file which you have built in python idle, but here I have opened my first file in notepad. So this file you can add some line of code if you want. Okay, so end of line, end of program. Okay, just we are modifying it in notepad. Control s. Now to execute this file, you have to move to same directory where the file is available. Okay, just type python space first.py. You can execute the output. You can see the output of the first.py file. So as I am telling to you, right, python programs written in idle can open in notepad and vice versa. That is how you can able to do your python program. So what is the advantage of interactive coding here, right? So we have seen batch coding in every other programming languages, but we have not seen interactive coding anywhere. So what is the advantage of interactive coding is, let me tell you. Interactive coding helps in finding the simple and quick things. Let's say if you wanted to find the data type of a variable a. Okay, so just if you type function, that should be good enough, right? Okay, so here this is a program wherein you would like to find the data type of variable x. So for that you have to do what? You have to give print type equals to type of x. Okay, so let me control S and F5. You can see your output has come. So what is the value of x equal to 500 and type of x? Instead of executing entire program, come to idle screen, just give x equals to 500 and just type type of x. Automatically it will say its answer, right? It will give its answer. Type of x is class int, it has given the above. At the same time it is giving type of x is class int. So to check the outputs of one or two lines, we usually prefer to do that in interactive coding instead of whole program. So that is how we can able to leverage the interactive coding. But coming to actual coding, we prefer to write in Python idle only, right? So that's what you have to understand before learning Python programming. So in our next session, what shall we do is we will start learning concepts of Python right from variable and data type. So with this, I am signing off in this session. Thank you.